My name is Noa Hussey, and I've been with Locations since April 2021. I chose Locations because actually I got into a transaction in October 2020 with Glenn Fujihara. And long story short, that transaction went sideways quickly. And although we weren't in the same brokerage and we were representing the opposite sides of this deal, Uncle Glenn never threw me under the bus. He always stuck out his hand to help. He always, at every turn where he could have, where I always thought that he would, it never happened. He always was willing to help. He always was willing to just be Uncle Glenn, like say, yeah, don't worry, we got this. It'll be okay. Don't worry, don't worry. And I was worrying. You know, I always tell people, Uncle Glenn taught me we were better together before we were together. So I was stunned when he asked me, hey, would you consider coming to Locations? Because surely it wasn't because of the awesome transaction we were in. And he asked me, and then we talked about the different things that Locations provides. And eventually I made the decision to come over towards the end of that transaction, which was more like March, which kind of shows how this transaction went. We started in October, and then in March, we kind of closed it out. One of the things that drew me to Locations was the broker in charge help that was here, the defense fund that was here. Those are the two main things. When you're going through a tough transaction and you're worried about litigation, it's really hard to have a good night's sleep. And so for like 6 months, I wasn't sleeping well. And you know, you're looking for help and guidance from your broker in charge or your principal broker. And at my previous brokerage, it just wasn't there. As soon as I met, even before I joined Locations, when I met some of the brokers in charge, they were always willing to help. Like, they provided opinions, they provided guidance in a totally different way. Like, I'm very aggressive by nature, and so to have someone be calm and, hey, slow down, let's look at this and be strategic, was really refreshing. And that's when I knew I should come over. Why do I stay? Locations is like my family, and family is super important to me. I have triplet sisters. Our family is super tight. Sunday dinners are not optional in our family, and I feel like Locations is such a family atmosphere. It's so many places say in their mission statement, so many different brokerages will say, hey, we're team, or we work together cooperatively or collaboratively. But at Locations, I find that to not just be talk. Everybody is willing to help, whether it be people providing you with interesting ways to lead generate, or providing you with strategy when you're going through a tough time or you're going through a tough escrow. And then there's just simply everybody here, like on a day-to-day basis, and how fun it is. Like, work can be fun, and that makes it so easy to work here. If there's anything I could tell somebody considering coming to Locations, there's some intangible things here when we talk about being better together and we talk about working together. The major thing is that from top to bottom, Locations is just trying to make agents successful. Everything is agent-centered. And so they just want you to be as successful as you can be, whether that be through transaction coordination, whether that be through taking care of us with the defense fund, which helps us with having a lower deductible for our E&O, whether it be the coaching and brokers in charge being willing to sign contracts in the middle of the night. Everything is centered around you being a star here and you growing your business. And I think that once you feel it and experience it, it's hard to leave. It's really hard to leave.